Death and religion have always gone hand in hand. Today, as many rabbis will tell you, it is a great motivator for getting people involved in religion. Somebody close dies, they come to say Kaddish, they feel the support of the community, and that is one of the entry points into religion, not only for Jews, but pretty much across the board. It was also true in ancient times. People came close. They found comfort in the community, observing the mitzvah of nichum avelim, of comforting the bereaved. They found comfort in the rituals, the timed honor motions that they had to do to prepare their dead and bury their dead, and then the cycle of Shiv'ah, the 7 days of mourning, and Shloshim, the 30 days of mourning, and then for parents, the first year of mourning. It is really one of those areas where religion accomplishes its job spectacularly, or at least people seem to think so. Otherwise, they wouldn't go back to these rituals that we've held for thousands and thousands of years. So it is curious that in the Bible, the people in charge of religion, the Kohanim, the priests of the temple, were so limited in their ability not only to come in contact with the dead, but also to mourn their own dead. We are told in the beginning of Parashat Emor that the Kohanim could only come in contact, could only mourn those immediate relatives. They could not go beyond that close circle of relatives in mourning. And this might seem to us, oh, of course, they're extra special. These people need to be close to God. They can't come in contact with the dead. Of course, it makes them tameh, it makes them ritually unfit to serve in the temple. It is kind of a occupational hazard. But I think that the Torah here is hinting at something far more profound. Religion and death go hand in hand, and not only for us. Throughout the generations, people have sought to relieve the anxiety that death causes by reaching to religion. And religious people and religious agents often have abused this power that to be the administrators of death. From the pyramids of the Egyptians to the abuses of indulgences of the church in the Middle Ages, where you would pretty much pay to get someone into heaven, to the custom today of not saying Kaddish yourself, but paying some nice yeshiva bacher to say Kaddish for your deceased one. There is a market in which religious officials come and profit from death. And I think that the Torah in this text in Parashat Emor is warning us about that. Our priests, our religious functionaries, do not come in contact with the dead. Not only your dead, but nobody's dead. Not even their own. Only their immediate family. And this, I guess, is through a sense of self-care. And this separates these areas of religious ritual and power over death. Our priests cannot guarantee your entrance into the world to come. Correct ritual, although it's an important part of the process of mourning, does not prevent someone from getting to the world to come, as it was in certain religious, Egyptian religious rites. If you were not mummified correctly, you will not make it to that place. We in Judaism believe that whatever role and whatever afterlife there is, it really is dependent exclusively on the actions of the person and not on the rituals that are performed on this person after their death. And the correct procedure does not guarantee their survival into the world to come. Only correct action and tshuva and each person's merits can do this. So I think here in the Torah, we have a very deep and profound feature of Judaism in which our Kohanim are stripped of any power over the dead, in contradistinction to other peoples in which the Kohanim were, or their priests were very involved in the preparation of the bodies for burial and with the hint, hint, if you don't do this right, you might be in trouble when you get to the other side. There is no such thing in Judaism. And in many ways, although extremely hard personally for the Kohanim, especially those who serve in positions of leadership, I think it has kept the process of death between God and the deceased and between the family and God without any intermediaries. By cutting off the middleman, by preventing the middleman from intervening in this holy connection that happens when somebody passes on, Judaism has, I think, elevated itself from other faiths and practices to bring holiness to this inevitable act of dying.